Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's start with some rational equations. Now, rational equations are different than the equations that we've done only in the respect that they include fractional multiplication. Okay? Now, previously, we've already done kind of some problems. X over 3 equals 7. Technically, you've already been doing these rational equations. Because how do I get rid of a divide by 3? I multiply by 3. But if I do it to one side, I do it to the other. And so by reversing division, I would multiply. But if I do it to one side, I do it to the other. These cancel out. X equals 21. Well, another way to write this, though, would be x over 3 equals 7. So 1/3 x equals 7. Now, if I have 1/3 of x equals 7, if I multiply it by its multiplicative inverse, so a rational number is anything that's created by division, and that would include decimals. So if I take 1 and divide it by 4, it's 0.25. The 0.25 was created by division. Now, an inverse is something that undoes something else. So additionally, we're saying the inverse of divide was multiply. The inverse of subtract was add. The inverse of 6 over 14 would be, switch them, 14 over 6. That's the multiplicative inverse. So 2/3, the reverse, the inverse of that, the undo of times 2 divided by 3 is 3/2, which is times 3 divided by 2. The multiplicative inverse of 1/2 is 2 over 1, or just 2. If I have 5, that's really 5 over 1. The multiplicative inverse is 1 over 5. The multiplicative inverse of -2 over 7 is, switch them up, 7 over -2. So in our case, we have 1/3 x times 7. The multiplicative inverse of 1/3 is 3 over 1. But if I do it to one side, I must do it to the other. Now the nice thing is the 1's go away, the 3's go away, and I'm left with x. Well, 7 times 3 over 1, 7 times 3 is 21. 1 times 1 is 1, or x equals 21. So that's using the multiplicative inverse. We'll come back and do a few more examples. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here are about 8 little problems. Go ahead and give those a whirl, and let's see how those go for you, and then we'll give you the answers.